everyone. Welcome to the Design Unscripted podcast. I'm your host, Ines Medina, and today we have a very special guest in the studio with us. He's a branding expert based in San Francisco that has created campaigns and strategy at creative agencies like Mullen Lowy, Wonderman Thompson, and NBC Universal. He's actually working on his new agency called 8 Vision. So let's welcome DIVIJ in.
Thanks so much, Ines. I'm so excited to be here and talk with you today.
All right, perfect. So let's dive right in. Today we're delving into the art of creative, compelling brand storylines. So DIVIJ, as someone who's navigated the complicated world of branding, what do you believe is the essence of a great brand story?
That's a great place to start, Ines. I think a great brand story is like a power-up in a video game. It gives you that extra boost and makes you stand out from the crowd. Take Nike, for example. Their brand story isn't just about selling sneakers. It's about inspiring athletes of all levels to push their limits and say, just do it. It's about tapping into that inner champion in all of us. So the essence of a great brand story is tapping into something universal that resonates with your audience, just like Nike did.
Okay, your insight is really captivating, DIVIJ. It's clear that a successful brand story isn't just about selling a product. It's about connecting with people on a deeper level and inspiring them. So now when you're working with a client to develop their brand story, where do you usually start?
Oh, it's almost like it's like playing detective in us. Like we start by digging deep into the brand's history, values, and unique selling proposition. I'm sure this is a process you guys do here at Brands by Medina as well, right?
Definitely,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's take Apple, for example. Their brand story is all about challenging the status quo and thinking differently. Like their campaign, Think Different. They didn't just sell computers, they sold a lifestyle, a symbol of creativity and innovation.
Right.
So we start by uncovering what makes the brand tick and what makes it special.
Oh, I can imagine it's like uncovering hidden treasures within the brand's identity. Definitely. I mean, your analogy with Apple truly highlights the importance of tapping into the essence of a brand. So I would like to now speak about authenticity. It's a buzzword in the branding world, but what does it really mean to create an authentic brand story?
Oh, this is where the difficult part comes in, because how authentic are you really being? It's the secret sauce of branding. It's what separates the real deal from the imposters. Now, another example I could give for this is like Ben and Jerry's. Their brand story isn't about selling ice cream. They've taken a stance on social justice and environmental sustainability. They walk the talk by sourcing their fair trade ingredients and advocating for causes they believe in.
Definitely. I'm a Ben and Jerry's lover, so definitely they got me.
Yeah, and it shows in the flavor and the taste of their ice cream, because their bad story is coming from a real place, and it's going all the way to the product, to the person who buys it. So creating an authentic brand story means being true to your values and living them out in everything you do.
Okay.
I think.
Absolutely fascinating perspective, DIVIJ. It's clear that authenticity isn't just about what you say. It's about what you do and how you align your actions with your brand values. And this is also something that applies to real life, Now in a world where attention spans are shorter than ever, where do you ensure that your brand story cuts through the noise and captures the audience attention? Since like in the actual world, everybody wants to be unique, It's actually difficult. So what do you think?
I think that many brands would have a similar story, but what actually makes you stand out is the critical execution that you do. How do you pull out all the stops and dazzle your audience in a way? So one cool example of this, again, is Old Spice, and everybody listening can go and look at all these brands that I'm talking about. They transformed their brand story from outdated to outrageous with their campaign, The Man Your Man Could Smell Like. They combined humor, creativity, and a hint of absurdity, and they captured the attention of millions and became a cultural phenomenon. They realized that in order to sell men's products, they actually have to appeal to the women. And so to cut through the noise, you have to be bold, be creative, and above all, be memorable like they did.
Wow, thank you, DIVIJ. Well, you guys heard him. You need to go look at these examples if you really want to dive into like what it is to actually be unique. So now, before we wrap up, do you have any final words of wisdom for my viewers or our listeners who might be embarking on their own branding journey?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I think, like with everything and all forms of art, you have to really start with the masters. Okay? Take your inspiration from brands that have nailed their brand stories and kind of try to put your own spin on it. Start from that. And remember, it's not just about telling a story, it's about creating an experience for your audience, engaging them. So think about how you can do this on multiple levels and leave a very, very lasting impression. Test it out, see what works. You're not going to be able to come up with something immediately, but trial and error will get you to the finish line. And if all else fails, just remember, even the great brand stories had a few plot twists along the way.
Thank you so much, DIVIJ, for your insights and advices. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us today. To all our listeners, remember that crafting your brand story is an art form. It takes time, creativity, and a dash of uniqueness. Until next time, keep designing your world and don't forget to laugh along the way.